pool is open. Those 4 words are music to a scuba diver's ears. What I want to do today is give you some inspiration to think about checking out scuba diving. I want you to walk from here thinking, I want to find my closest dive shop, I want to do that. Well, visualize with me for a little bit here. You're in the warm waters of the Caribbean. You're on the sun deck of a 30-foot dive boat, and you're cruising to the dive site where you're going to do your first saltwater dive. The wind is blowing through your hair. The sun is warming your skin. You're feeling the emotions of being able to do something that you've never done before. You're about 30 minutes from the dock. You're moving out on the boat at about 30 knots. Your wind is blowing through your hair. You're talking to other divers, and you experience the feeling that the boat is slowing down. You're approaching your dive site. After you witness the crew anchoring the boat and securing it at the dive site, you hear the dive master yell, "Everybody down to the dive deck. Gather around me." The dive master is going to brief you about what the dive is going to be like. He's going to tell you about the depth that we're going to on this dive. He's going to explain the geography of it. He's going to tell you where we're going. He's putting a vision in your mind of what you're preparing to do so that you are prepared to go below the water for the first time. He's giving you the signals. This is up, this is down. This is, I'm good once you get in the water. This is shark. This is turtle. This is moray eel. This is, I'm out of air, help. And he's explaining to you, just to reiterate, what you're going to be doing below the ocean. Diving is different. And as you sit there and you listen to this dive master prep you on what you're going to do, the realization is coming to you that I'm getting ready to do something different. I'm getting ready to do an adventure. I'm getting ready to have my emotions intensified. Different is you've studied, you've gone through a course that certifies you to be able to go below the ocean's level with a tank on your back and dive with the dive master. Without that certification and without that 20 hours of time that you put in learning how to do that, you can't buy the tank of air to go dive. It's that critical to know what you're going to do before you go down there. It's also different in that it's as close to going into outer space as I could ever get, and that's one of my fantasies. I would love to go to outer space, but going below the ocean is as close as I could get, and it immolates. That's where the astronauts go and train for going into outer space. It's an adventure. When you get out there, you're on a dive boat, you're cruising through, you're with people from every walk of life. You've taken off from the dock of an exotic island someplace, or even the Keys of Florida. Any place where there's salt water, you can almost dive, and it heightens your emotions. When you get down and you're on that dive boat, and the sun is coming down, and you're feeling exhilarated for what is coming up, and then you get into the water and you feel the water, and the touch and the warmth is there to teach you that this is something different. And when that dive master is through going through it and you realize that something is coming up special, those words come and the dive master says, the pool is open. And you realize what the pool is. It's all the salt waters in any sea or ocean or any body of water that now is your preview to go look and see and dive under. And when the dive master says that the pool is open, that's your cue to start getting ready to get under the water. You come down off that greeting area where the dive master is briefing. You get to the dive deck where along the boat, which is about this wide, there's a bench that everybody has already stored their gear. You're going to prepare to go underwater. You take anything off that you don't want to get wet. You store it in a dry bag or find a place where it won't be wet when you get up, and you prepare to go underwater. You find your dive gear, which is under your bench. The first thing you do, if you haven't already done it, is you get your BC and you wrap it around your dive tank, which is sitting on the back of your bench held by clips. Your BC is now secured your air, which is your support system for going underwater. You get your BC on. And BC stands for Buoyancy Control Vest, which is what this is. The next thing you do this is a nickname, the octopus. Yeah. You can kind of see why. It's a regulator. Very simple device that is also put on your dive tank that regulates the flow of air. You put that on your dive tank, you've got it coming around you. This hooks onto a port that allows air to go into this BC, buoyancy control. The air allows you to put air into it that will help you float. This is your support system for under the water. Once you have secured yourself in your BC, your fins. Your mask and snorkel go on. And you're ready to go. You walk to the end of the boat where you get on the dive platform. The dive master makes sure your air is on, very important thing. He looks you over to make sure you're all hooked up right, and your dive buddy does too, because you go down with the dive buddy. You've learned this in your certification course. You grab your mask, you grab your air flow, you take a big giant step off, and you're in the water. And now you're in the most glorious, you can walk with them, the most glorious feeling of emotions that you have ever had. It's different, it's adventurous, and you'll feel things that you've never felt before. The pool is open, come dive with me.